Hi, I'm Marty, and this is a quick introduction to the digital driver's license, or the DDL, at idrivedigital.com. First, from any web browser or search engine, you can do a quick search to find the digital driver's license, or you can simply type idrivedigital.com. Let's first take a look at registering your school district. Simply go to the home page, hover and click or tap on New District or School, and follow the quick 1, 2, 3, 4 instructions to get your school or district registered on the digital driver's license. Many of the cases in the digital driver's license have media components to it. The digital driver's license loves to use resources from Common Sense Media as well as other sources. So there's videos, there are images, there are articles, and of course there are some questions. Now, there are two types of questions in the digital driver's license. The first one are practice questions, such as this. And then there are what the digital driver's license calls a prove it. And so here's an example of a prove it, where you have to get 80% or greater in order to successfully pass this case or work through this case. Now, at any time, you can reset and take the prove it or practice as many times as you like. Now let's take a look at from a school or district admin case. Now, as an admin, I have a couple different or a couple additional options. So for example, you get to identify the type of license that you like, the levels of license that you would like. In this case, I can choose the license labels, so maybe a basic license all the way up to an expert license. You also can add your additional schools. And so if you have multiple schools in your school district, then you could add all of those in as well. So middle school, add the middle school. Now you have the opportunity to set block sensitive material. So there are a couple cases inside the digital driver's license that have been identified as containing sensitive material, such as content or information or videos on sexting, for example. If this is an elementary school, for example, and you want to block the sensitive material, then those cases would not show up for that elementary school. Now, once you go to your cases, at a district admin level, you get to identify which cases are required for the different levels of license. And again, you get to identify as well what these levels of license are. For example, you could have elementary, middle, and high school, or basic all the way up to expert. Or in this case, a school district was experimenting with a freshman license versus an upperclassman license. And you also get to identify how many years that license is good for. And so the idea for students to renew their license would come into play here. Some school districts say every student every year will get their digital driver's license, whereas other districts have an implementation style a bit different from that and say that your license is good for a couple years, or your license is good until you have an infraction, and then we're going to send you back to traffic school, so to speak. And so there are different styles of implementation. At the elementary level, we see a lot of school districts and schools using these K through 8 cases at a whole group level, and so whole group instruction. So instead of individual licenses per student to be achieved, maybe Mr. Park's class gets their license, and so all 30 kids in that second grade class would get a license together as a group. Now, the last thing we like to add is this is very much an open source project, coming from as an Otis online project. This is very open source, and so we've had districts and schools submit content and submit questions, and we like to promote that as a digital driver's license user. The digital driver's license is only as good as the folks who use it and want to make it better. And so every year we revisit the content that's in and try to add to it.